Welcome to
OKKO
Tea Time! That means grab a cup of your favorite tea.
and make sure you have time.
And today's episode we'll be discussing
PhD programs.
Ready?
Bachelor, Master,
PhD. Bachelor, Master, PhD. Bachelor, Master, PhD. Okay, so to begin,
we did not rehearse that.
we did not. To begin this episode, we're going to be discussing the difference between a US program, or PhD, and a European PhD.
Yep.
The reason we'll be discussing this is actually they're quite different, and so we're just bringing up the main points to inform you guys if you're interested in pursuing higher education. Okay, so in the US, we have many PhD programs. That means each program is quite broad, so you can major, well, is it a major if you're PhD?
Yeah, of course. Field specialization.
Let's do that.
Specialization.
Your specialization can be economics, political science,
Mathematics,
history, mathematics, Spanish, foreign language, sociology, you name it. Whatever you're interested in, there's probably a program for it. There's also perhaps more specified programs as well. For example, forensic science.
Isn't that part of the broad programs?
Well, it could be under science. Many PhD programs tend to be 5 years in length. So that means for the first year, you'll be the first
2 years.
Genau, you're right.
Thank you.
The first 2 years are your master's program. And the last 3 years is your PhD.
And usually when you apply for a PhD in the US, you can have a bachelor's. You don't need to have a master's in order to go into the program to earn another master.
But if you have a master's, you can go ahead and apply for the PhD. You'll just earn another master's.
2 masters.
The cool thing is it's not necessary to have a degree in the background of what you intend to pursue as your PhD. So that means you can have a sociology degree, but you would like to pursue a master's in economics, for example. Usually the program, if you're admitted, then you are funded quite substantially. So the good thing is if you are committed, you do get reimbursed and you are supported to conduct research, which is really nice, especially because when you're studying, you don't really have an income. Okay, so when you apply to PhD programs, the majority of them will require the normal documents that you would expect when applying for any university degree. Yeah, resume, your transcripts, also
recommendation letters.
And most universities, since Kira just mentioned recommendation letters, will require at least 3.
It's quite a lot.
Definitely when applying, don't forget the end goal. So what are your reasons for applying to the program? Definitely think about that because it is a time commitment. It is very stressful. And it really depends what you see yourself doing. If you see yourself going on the research track to become a professor, or perhaps you really want to have the highest degree to showcase that you're very knowledgeable in the field, if you decide in the end to go towards the corporate route. So keep those end goals in your head.
Or if you just want to be called the doctor. So I will be talking about the European PhDs.
Yay!
Yay! Okay, so for the European PhDs, Europe is quite broad. So I will try to give you an overview of perhaps the different areas or the different programs that I know of and how they did it. So in my research, what I have found basically means that there are similar programs like the US style, meaning that you have to get a master's and then you'll get accepted into the PhD. But these are actually a bit shorter. So the master's is not 2 years, it is only 1 year, and then you have your PhD. And then a little note is in the US you don't necessarily need your master's, but in Europe you do need a master's to apply to PhD. That is actually a very good note. Yes, so those programs that really, they'd want you to get a second master's, usually they do require you to have that first master's and then proceed to the PhD.
So technically in the end they do require you to have 2 masters.
Yeah. The second option that you can have is a really more specific. So in that sense, you get a topic, or you can propose a topic even to a professor. It can be proposed even by a company, and you can really just straight go into your PhD, and that is usually 3 years long. I know for Germany it is quite common to have this more specific topic, just this topic alone, no other thing. You focus on that topic. So you have to also, again, be very passionate about the topic that you are going to be working on for the next 3 years.
My note is that when you propose a topic and you have to find a supervisor, oftentimes there's not a lot of funding available because it's based off your own passion, your own interest. So a lot of the times what PhD students will do is that they will get a job working with the university as research assistants and in a specific department, and they'll teach perhaps an undergraduate course.
Next step that we're going to talk about, the difference between the US and Europe, basically is in the application process itself. So as Olivia said, it's quite standard. You just, resume, whatever,
transcripts,
reference letters. Yes. Okay, so standard. For Europe, though, what you have to do is they want to make sure, again, you're committed and you know what you're talking about. So they want you to write a research proposal. This, again, is very, very daunting and also very specific because you already have to have a topic in mind.
What you are going to focus on for
the next 3 years.
Oh my god.
And that is about 5,000 words standardly? Standardly, is that a word? Standard? Anyway, about 5,000 words that you'd have to write about a topic that you're proposing or the topic that they propose, and perhaps it's more of how you would do the research, the methodology. So yeah, you have to definitely prepare yourself for the research proposal, and I would also recommend to do that in advance because it is quite long. So give yourself maybe a month, a couple of weeks to really
sit down,
research, because they are professionals. They are going to be looking to see if
you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly what you're talking about.
So don't do any BS.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Not recommended. One final note I would like to mention is one clear distinction between US applications and German applications is the cost of applying.
Yeah. Very true.
In the US, you can expect to pay up near the high, almost to 100.
The average is like 60, 70,
85. But you do have those universities that are in their hundreds.
Oh my god.
I'm not naming them.
I'm not naming them either, but you can look. Europe, I love you.
Wonderful country.
Wonderful.
Free many things.
Many things
free
are
applications.
Free applications.
Basically.
So, yes.
Like their free education. You usually don't have to pay. I would say though that there are some structured programs that maybe they would require you to pay an application fee or processing fee, but it's really not that much, maybe like 40 euros or so.
So we highly recommend you do your research.
Definitely, and have a passion for it.
So, Olivia, why are we talking about this topic today?
Well, on a more serious note, Kira and I recently have been having a little bit of a quarter-life crisis, I would call it, meaning we're at a kind of like a crossroad, I would say, where our master's degree is ending and we are really trying to decide what to do going forward. So we've been contemplating a lot of things, what we're interested in, what we're passionate about, where we see ourselves going in the future, if we're staying together, we're going apart.
Yeah, and then I say we've both been thinking, talking out loud, and yeah, so we actually took the opportunity to apply to PhD programs this year. So basically what we want to say is that
we have some news.
We have news, and you will see.
Here we go.
Here we go. Are you working?
No, what am I doing? I was checking Amazon.
I'm thinking looking at my emails. What is this? Olivia! I got in!
What do you mean you got into what?
Dublin!
What?
Look at your email!
Wait, let me check.
Oh my god, wait. What is it? Look at your email, Wait.
Oh my god.
I can't believe it, oh my god.
Cute.
Yeah? Did you get in?
I did it.
Oh my god!
Wait, I have to dance hot.
We did it. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh my god.
Wait, I didn't read the rest of the email.
Wait, me neither.
We got it!
Wait,
Oh
wait,
my
Kara,
God.
Kara, this calls for some singing. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling.
Dublin!
Kira, the stress is over. Oh my god.
I can't believe this.
And we did it together.
I can't believe this. Oh my god.
Pinch me. Oh my god, I cannot believe. Ow! I didn't mean really. Wait, I'm reading the thingy. I only read the first.
I read the first word and I was like, look!
Oh, we did it. So, I hope you loved our news, and we are definitely representing.
Look at the color. We are green, strong, and if you haven't noticed, we are releasing this on St. Patrick's Day.
Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Were we not giving hints? Were we not wearing green? Releasing it on St. Patrick's Day. See, we are masterminds.
We are. Ding, ding, ding.
So, we are super excited to still stay in Europe and really, really grateful that we are staying together.
That was definitely a surprise. I have to
Exactly.
say.
That was definitely a surprise, and I'm really happy that we were able to.
Exactly. I'm really happy to stay with you.
And we could still have our channel, of course, going with you guys, because I mean, alone and separate, that cannot work. It'll be the O channel. Wait, that was my T.
The O channel.
The O channel and the K channel.
And it just doesn't work.
It just doesn't work. It has to be an OK
KO.
KO channel.
Okay, KO.
So thank you, and I would say that is tea time.
That's the end.
With my
Till
tea,
next time.
my tea half spilled on the table.
Which one do you have today?
Today I have apple fig.
Apple
What do you
fig.
got?
I got the lemon one.
What kind? Isn't it Sicilian lemon?
Italian lemon.
Italian lemon.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers to Ireland.
Mm.